Okay, we're live. So, everybody, this is Bradley with Semantic Mastery, and this is Masterclass Week 5. Today is April 8th, 2015. It's 5 p.m. I've got Adam on with us as well as Marco, although Adam has said he's experiencing thunderstorms, so he may drop out. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, Bradley.
Hi,
everybody.
We've got a lot to cover, guys. These they feel very, very short to me. These masterclass. We try to pack as much in as possible, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on crap in the beginning. I do want to just mention for those of you that did not catch the Hump Day Hangout and that maybe just been watching this replay later on, that next Thursday we're going to have a special webinar with Jacob Hagberg of Outsource Ranking and IndexBear.com, and he's going to talk about PBNs and how he manages two very large networks that commercial type networks, and so having him on to talk about PBNs and the best and safest way to use them, which is right up our alley with what we do with IFTTT networks. I think it's going to be really good training, and he's also going to make a special offer for his services, one being Outsource Ranking, another one's called SE Slingshot, and lastly IndexBear.com, which is where they basically sell PBN domains that have TrustFlow 20 plus. They've been vetted, and so we're going to have him on next Thursday. It's free for everybody to attend. There's going to be good training. There will be an offer made at the end, obviously, but it's going to be a good offer. So I just want to kind of promote that a little bit today, and I'll be sending out the invitation. I encourage you guys to try to make that next Thursday at 4 p.m. if possible. Okay. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and grab the presentation screen, and we're going to get into Week 5. Okay, so there's a couple things we're going to try to do. Guys, I told you that I wanted to try to get just one main topic per week, because if we try to squeeze in more, there's just not enough time, and there's not enough time to answer questions at the end if that's the case. However, we didn't get to embedding playlists last time. We've done 2 weeks now of YouTube training, specifically YouTube training, right? We did channel optimization the first week, and then we did, or 2 weeks ago, and then last week we did YouTube on-page optimization. But we didn't get to embedding playlists, so I'd like to try to get some of that done today because I think it's important. It's especially powerful for SEO for your main website or your money sites. So we're going to go through that. Then we're going to talk about video creation and production, which is a lengthy topic because there's a lot of things that we can do. So we're going to try to run through this as quickly as we can. All right, so that's what we got, and we got Q&A at the end if we have time. Otherwise, just keeping the format like we have, we can post questions that don't get answered in the Facebook group, and we will get to those over the next 48 hours. All right, so embedding playlists. Playlist index page. Let me go ahead and open up my notes. I've got notes for Week 5 here, and we're going to go through an actual embedding process of this. This was something that I teased. By the way, Adam might want to make a note of this. With the timestamps that you're taking, that we could probably cut this portion out about embedding playlists and add this to the YouTube Silo Academy, because I had mentioned that I was going to do that at some point, and this is as good a time as any.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, anyways, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to jump in. Let me take the whole screen so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So we're going to use the How to SEO, which is why I said go ahead and do this for the YouTube Silo Academy as well. But How to SEO playlist that I created for the How to SEO Academy, or I'm sorry, the YouTube Silo Academy training. This is the How to SEO playlist that I created. These are very broad terms, and although we're not ranking page 1 of Google, we are killing it in like YouTube search as well as in the video search, Google video search. We're doing really well for a lot of these terms. Which, again, these are very broad. I was just using these as examples for the training, but it just goes to show you that having a network and also YouTube silo, setting up the silos with playlists is very powerful, because these are very broad terms, and yet we're ranking well. Not necessarily for Google straight, universal search, but for Google video search and in YouTube as well. And so it's interesting to see that. It just proves that it works. All right. So with that said, guys, what we're looking at here, okay, it's called the playlist index page. It's just like looking at a blog index page, right? So when you click on a blog link on the top of a website, it's going to show you snippets of articles within that blog. Or if you have category pages, for example, you click on categories, it's going to show you posts, snippets of posts. So that would be called a category index page. So this is a playlist index page. This is This is what you will see if you just grab the share URL right here. So that's what this is the index page. This is very powerful, okay, because you can run links to this URL here, and it's going to actually push juice into every single one of these videos, right? Very powerful. So this is the URL that we actually grab and we put in the video description of each one of these videos, right? Because that's the link back up to the top of the silo. Consider this the top of the silo, right? Also, we talk about this kind of stuff in the mastermind a lot, which, by the way, guys, I do want to encourage one other thing, just very briefly, and this wasn't, I didn't engineer this, but because I mentioned the mastermind, you know, just want to make everybody also aware that, you know, as part of the mastermind, this class, master class, is included. So is everything that we produce, like most of our products are included in the mastermind with no additional charge, just so you know, because some of you that have joined recently could get additional information on additional training for just a few dollars more and get all of this stuff included as part of your mastermind membership. Anyways, that said, guys, what we talk about inside the mastermind, we're going to give a little bit of that away right now, but you know, you can actually get multiple versions of this URL, and you can do some really cool things with this URL here to push additional juice and trust signals, social signals, and everything else into this playlist to help it rank. And the way that you can do that is like using like the Google URL shortener, goo.gl. So you can make, you know, get additional links for that. So let me just give you an example, and I don't want to get too in depth into this because we got a lot to cover today, but I do want to just give you a brief, you know, like a little bit of information about this and how you can use this kind of stuff to your advantage. So you see, this is the playlist URL here, guys, for this. Well, if we were going to go over to Google URL shortener, which is goo.gl, okay, and we paste this URL in here. We shorten that URL. Now we copy this. Now we have another URL. This is the same URL. It's the same playlist. It's going to resolve to the same location. If I open up Firefox, paste this shortened URL in here, and hit go, you see how it resolves to the same location? Well, this gives us another unique URL that we can build links to, or that we can share on Twitter, push across a Twitter army, a Twitter network. We can do Facebook shares. You see Marco all the time using these in the posts that he does to drive traffic into Hump Day Hangouts and stuff like that. Why do we do that? Because there's a lot of SEO juice here, guys. That's a domain authority of 100. It's a Google URL shortener, right? So just for SEO purposes, you can do that. You can add diversity, that sort of thing. So moving on. I don't want to gloss over that, but we'll go in a lot more in depth inside the mastermind. Besides that, let's go ahead and open up one of these videos. This is the first one, the top of the silo. If we open this up, I'm just going to pause it. Look, Alex Becker. I'll be damned. I've got monetization turned on this channel because it's a lot like a testing channel, and there's Alex Becker. Prick. No, he's spending a lot of money on video ads. It's funny, but that's funny. Awesome. Anyways, we can see right here that if we go down to the share button here, guys, right here, we'll notice that we have share this playlist starting from current video, and it's checked by default. So what happens is this gives us a URL. If we grab this URL, let's go back over here to our sheet. We'll paste this in. Now, if you take a look, this URL right here, if I open this up in another browser, you're going to see that it's going to instantly open it up to that particular video, right? You see that? There he is again. Hey there. So what I like about these playlist URLs, these are like what you call a watch page. It's a playlist watch page, right? But you can see over here, once again, you can still pass juice to the entire playlist from here. But what's important here is that we're targeting this keyword at this point, right? So if we're creating a companion website and we're setting up a silo structure on our companion website or associated website, whichever you want to call it, same thing. Excuse me. And you're targeting silo structure on that site. You've built this, the silo out on your site as well. You're going to target the same type of keywords, right? And you're going to have your supporting articles. You're going to have everything stacked the same way that we designed here, right? So if we were going to set up a how-to SEO silo on a site, we would set it up the same way. Well, then what we would do is on each page, remember each page is essentially going to be targeting one main keyword. There's going to be a lot of supporting keywords on each page, but it's going to be targeting one main keyword per page. Then we could embed each video from the playlist embed on that page so that it's got the relevancy. You see that? And so we're gonna actually do an embed here in just a minute. But what I want to show you guys is what I just showed you with the playlist URL. You notice something here? Look at this URL right there. You see that? That's the u2.be. This is the share URL. But the same URL from up here in the address bar, look, watch, this is going to be a different URL. You see that? It's a different URL, but it resolves to the same location. This one right here, the longer URL, has the better SEO benefit. Because if you take a look at the short URL, which is this u2.be, this one is what's called a 302 redirect. It's still good for passing domain authority, but it doesn't pass page rank. Okay, so again, this is getting into some more advanced SEO stuff. I don't want to get too in depth with that, but just know that this is the actual better URL for SEO purposes right here. Okay, and then likewise, what else can you do here? You could shorten this with the goo.gl, and you could have a third URL. Okay, and just so that you have diversity, guys. Again, we talk about why diversity is important later on, but let's go into the How to SEO website that I had set up, and I'm going to go in and create. Let's do this. We're going to just create a new page, and we're going to do this embedding process. And we're already 10 minutes in. I want to get through this in about 10 minutes if possible. So the root domain, the root of this site here, this would be the companion website, guys, right? So the root is How to SEO here, right? So what I'm going to do is, let me take a look at the actual the page for a minute. I'm going to actually call this silo landing as a silo heading something different, like maybe just learn SEO, something like that, because the root is already How to SEO, so I don't want to duplicate that. So let's just call this learn SEO. It's going to be the top level page. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create this page, publish it. Okay, so that's going to be, now guys, I'm going to come back to this page in a minute, but what I just talked about on Hump Day Hangouts, we're going to create a silo, right? So in order to create a silo, we need to, after we created the page, which we just did, we're going to go over to posts and go to categories, and we're going to create a category that mirrors what we just created as a page. So learn SEO, and you'll see the slug, it's going to share the same slug. We're going to create add new category, and right here you see learn SEO is a new category that's been added, and you see the slug. It's the same as the page that we just created. That's what we want. That's how you build a silo, and you use the page as the top level. All right, so the next thing I want to do is, let's see, I have simple 301 redirects right here. So what I want to do is redirect the category page over to the what do you call it? The page that we just created. So you'll see right here is the learn the category. You see this in the URL, guys. Again, this is WordPress stuff. Just know that if you're setting up a silo, this is how you do it. All right, and this is what's called simple silo structure. But you see how this says category / learn SEO. Well, I want to redirect this to the actual page that I just created, and I'll show you why here. If we go over to all pages, and learn SEO is the one that we just made. If we open this up over here, you see we have learn SEO here, but there's no category in the slug, because we don't want that. We want to direct all that link juice back to this page. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just go open up my Simple 301 Redirects plugin, which is, again, in settings. If you add the plugin, it's called Simple 301 Redirects, okay? And it's just like the name implies. So what I want to do is come over here. Oops, excuse me. I'm going to come over here, and I want to grab the first / past the root domain. And I'm going to paste that in here. It says right here, example, guys, so don't hit us up on support and ask me how to use this. It's very simple, and there's examples right here as to how to use this, okay? And then I want to take the URL that I'm redirecting that category page to, and I want to paste that in over here as the destination. Click paste, click save changes. And now if I come back over to my category page here and I refresh, you're going to see it's going to redirect to the Learn SEO page. You see that? Okay, so now we've got the silo set up. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and go back over to pages. Where's pages? Right there. We're going to edit this page. Now I want to take the YouTube code. Now remember, guys, I was sharing the YouTube URLs up here, right? But look at this. They've got the embed code too. You see the share button? Click share. And instead of just grabbing the YouTube URL, you grab the embed code. Click on embed, and you make sure it says check share playlist from starting from current video. So if we copy this right now, this is the embed code. We're going to jump back over to our site, text editor. I'm going to put this in center tags as I always do. I'm going to paste this in. Remember, guys, there will be a replay and notes and everything else, so don't freak out if I'm moving fast. We got a lot to cover. All right, so learn SEO. I would put my tags in. I'm going to skip that for this because we got too much to go through today. But I would put tags in there as well, some related tags, things like that. Now, if we go take a look at view page, I'll just refresh this. You can see the playlist has now been embedded with how to SEO as my starting keyword, right? Again, because I have the exact match keyword as the exact match domain, I mean, as the root domain, I'm not going to duplicate that here because then it would be over optimized. So just pretend that Learn SEO was the top of my silo, and this was Learn SEO in this video. Okay, guys, just pretend for that for a minute. But you can see that now we've got it set up. So let's keep moving. Let's go. And that's now what we want to do is we want to go to posts, right? Because this is the top level. It's a page. But from now, the rest of the posts are going to, or the rest are going to be supporting articles. The rest of these are going to be supporting articles, and these would be posts. Okay, again, that's standard silo structure in a website. Okay, and so, anyways, we're going to jump over here and go to posts, add new, and what was the next one in line was how to improve SEO. So here, we're just going to call this one how to improve SEO. Okay. And you can see that what I'm going to do is come over here where it says categories, and I'm going to select Learn SEO as my top level category. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the how to improve SEO right here. I'm going to pause this. Who's that guy? And I'm going to click share, embed, starting from this current video. It should be checked by default. We're going to copy that embed code, come back up here. I'm going to use center tags, paste it in, close it out. Oops, wrong way. I put my tags in, everything else. I'm going to click publish. Come on, WordPress. Come on. All right, well, there it goes. Okay, just took a minute. WordPress didn't like that post for some reason. But now, guys, if you take a look at the silo structure in the URL up here, look at this. See how we have how to improve SEO right here is now it's a post nested in the category of Learn SEO. So our silo structure is in place. And take a look at the how to playlist, how to SEO playlist is here. But if we click on this, you'll see the video that opens up is how to improve SEO. You see that? So it's starting with that keyword that matches the keyword here, which essentially means that we're setting up the silo structure on the site to mirror the silo structure in in YouTube. You guys get that? So I don't think I need to go through it again, do I? I mean, I can go through one more if you'd like.
I think that example will work well, and then if we need to, we can set up something outside of this, you know, a side video or something.
Yeah. All right, so how to learn SEO, that would give us how to use SEO. So essentially, guys, all I would do is just go through and make a post for each one of these titles here, and I would take the embed code and post it on. Now, again, there would also be, typically I would have like a video, you know, the link, I would have content, because this is a money site, guys. What I would do is and my freaking mouse keeps, sorry about that, I would have content under here. Okay, so for example, what I would do in this situation because like, all right, so for like my Virginia Hangouts website, which I use for like local business stuff, I'll typically just put a, you know, paragraph or two or whatever about who the business is and what they provide, like what their services provide. And a lot of the times, guys, I'll just take that content from their about page from their website, and I'll paste that in there without any outbound links other than to either the YouTube video itself, if I'm, or the Google Plus local page. So the Google, you know, the Maps page. That's it. I won't link to anything else. Like I don't even link to the client site typically. I would just link to their Google Plus page. The reason I do that is because I don't want Google coming in and de-indexing my site, which I've had happen in the past because I was doing a bunch of outbound linking. So for my companion sites, typically I would just grab, like for local businesses, I'll just copy some text from their about page, and then I'll link over either to the video or to their Google Plus local page. In this case, because it's more like affiliate terms or national terms, things like that, I would take this video and have it transcribed, and then I would use the transcription as the content underneath the video. Does that make sense? I know we talked about that before, guys, but one of the sources that I use for transcriptions, and I know Adam actually just was testing another one recently, but I've always used speechpad.com. I think Adam has been testing rev.com. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really good results so far.
Okay, and I have not used them yet, but I think I'm going to try them on the next one that I do. But speechpad.com, I've always used this. It's $1 a minute, guys. You know, you can't beat that. This is a 4-minute video on this page right here, 4.5 minutes, so I'd pay $5 to have this video transcribed, and then I'd take all that content and I'd put it underneath here, and I might link back to the actual YouTube video or link to the playlist URL or whatever from within the content. Does that make sense? And guys, you'll see that these pages will rank like crazy, especially if you're going after local terms and you set up your YouTube silo like we teach, and then you have a companion website and you set up the playlist embed codes. I'm telling you, not only will the video rank, which this will boost the video in itself, but you'll see that these local pages will start to rank as well. And then if it goes across its own IFTTT network, you'll see a lot of your IFTTT properties like Tumblr and what's interesting, guys, by the way, is the Evernote. Evernote tends to rank really easy for local terms if you got your IFTTT network set up properly, and you'll see Evernote start ranking on page 1, your notebook. It's really cool, so that's why we use it. All right? So anyways, guys, if you have any questions about that, post them on the page, and we'll get to them either at the end of today or we'll get to them in the Facebook group. But I wanted to talk about embedding playlists. Start with the index page. Start from the current video, which we just showed with the embed. You want to match the video to the page. You want to silo your pages and posts on your website to match your YouTube silo. And then you want to do internal linking. And I didn't cover that, but let's go back and cover that just very briefly. From within the YouTube silo itself, guys, if we remember, we take a look at the description. We did internal linking in the description. So, for example, I've got, let's see all of our how-to SEO videos here. This is the playlist URL. And then this, remember, if YouTube Silo Academy, guys, I talk about mono silo. Well, this was a mono silo setup, which means this is a link right here to the next video in the series, which you take a look, how to learn search engine optimization. That's how to learn SEO right here. I just spelled out search engine optimization, which is good for co-occurring, keywords. So if you realize what I did here is I linked back up to the playlist in the description here, and then I link down to the next video. Likewise, this one links back up to the playlist and links to this video, and so on and so forth all the way through. It's called a monosilo setup, right? Same thing you want to do with your website. So, for example, in this particular silo, I would want to come back in and edit the post, and I would want to put an internal link here. Check out all of our, or I could say my, in this case, my Learn SEO videos here, and I would put a link back up to the page. In fact, I could even just say, let's do this. Click here for all of my Learn SEO. Let's put an N on that, videos. And I could actually use that whole string of text there as the actual link. Should be Learn SEO. Here's the page. Let's update that. And hopefully this won't take too long. But you could set up the same silo structure, including the mono silo. So, for example, because we only have one video instead of two in this silo, just because we're for time's sake, if we go take a look at this, you'll see now that the only link that I have here is an internal link back up to my silo landing page. Because see where we are in the structure, guys? We're at the first supporting article in the silo, right? So I just linked right here with the keyword in the anchor text. It does not have to be exact match keyword in the anchor text. It could be spread out. It's just the occurrence of those words in the anchor text alone that will make it help it to rank. That's all that's important, okay? So having this, I've got it linking back up to this level here. If I had my next video in the series, I could also link to that if I wanted, but it's not necessary. Okay, just so you know. So internal linking is just as important on your website as it is inside the YouTube silo itself. Okay. All right, we got to move on. Sorry if that's confusing, guys. We'll try to get answer some questions if we have to, and maybe cover it briefly again if we need to in another session. I want to move on to video creation and production, guys, because I get this question a lot, and I wanted to talk because it's amazing how many of you guys still PM me, private message me when the Facebook group, that's what it's for. So I ask you guys once again, please use the Facebook group for that kind of stuff, because I get hammered with private messages all the time, and it's very, very distracting. I get annoyed with it, actually, so please use the Facebook group. But one of the questions that comes up a lot is video creation and production, and like what I use to create videos and that kind of stuff. And I'm going to be honest with you guys right up front. I'm going to point out some tools that I have attempted to use that are good tools, and that's why I'm going to mention them here. And we're going to drop some links. Adam, if you want to go ahead and start with Video Maker FX and drop the link on the events page. I've got some of the other ones collected that I'll put in chat for you, Adam, to paste on the events page as well. But guys, I'm going to talk about some of these tools. I've purchased every one of these. I've used several of them. And what I can tell you is I don't enjoy making videos. I enjoy ranking videos. So what I do is I outsource it. And I tell you guys this all the time, is outsource, outsource, outsource if you can. Some of you would rather make your own videos. That's fine. Okay? But when people ask me what do you use, I tell them I outsource it. And that's typically what I like. 99% of the time I outsource all my videos, even though I own every single one of these. Okay? But out of all the different tools that you can use to purchase and software programs to create videos, these are the most popular and the most successful. I think Video Maker FX was the most successful video tool ever launched on JVZoo. And so it's a good tool. There's a lot of people that like that tool. I've got it. I've used it a couple times. I don't enjoy doing that. So Video Maker FX is one of them. Let me give you the rest of these. Let's see. We have Easy Sketch or Power Sketch Pro. That was, excuse me, that's a typo, guys. It's supposed to be Easy Sketch Pro. Okay, and here I'm going to grab these links and just drop them in the chat. And guys, remember these will all be with the replay as well, and so that you can link directly over to them if you'd like. We can go through a couple of these very quickly. And again, that's supposed to say Easy Sketch Pro, so that was my fault. Video Maker FX is cool. Like I said, I've done a couple videos with it. I don't like. Again, I like ranking stuff. I don't like creating the videos. So now I just hire that stuff out. But if you want to purchase it, I think every one of these video things that we're going to talk about here are like under $100, right? So what I would suggest is if you're the type that wants to make your own videos, and if you're the creative type and you like doing that kind of thing, then I would suggest just looking at the different offers that we just presented to you, and find one that you think you're going to like, that you like the looks of the videos that it creates or whatever. Purchase it and get really good with that one type. That's what I would suggest, because again, I've purchased every one of these with the intention of, I'm going to go check it out and use it, and no, I never end up doing it because I just don't like doing it. So save for one, Easy VSL, which we'll talk about that in a minute. I use that a lot because of the video sales letters I do for Semantic Mastery, and I love that tool because it's just like the name implies, it's an easy video sales letter. Well, so we'll talk about that in just a moment. So let's run through a couple of these very quickly. Let's see, Easy Sketch Pro, guys. This will do like animator sketch videos. There's templates that you can use, and you can modify some. Let me pause that. Sorry, guys. Okay, so just like you can see what it does, this is the Easy Sketch Pro. It's got some templates that you can use. You can edit them, customize them somewhat, but they're limited because they're kind of like templates that you can adjust. But it's pretty cool. It's not like having a custom sketch video made. But if you guys have ever looked into having custom sketch videos made, they can be quite expensive. So this is a really good. Look at it showing at $29. I'm sure there's upsells and everything else, guys, but for $29 for the front-end product, how could you go wrong, right? So that's Easy Sketch Pro. We'll do those type of animator videos. Here's another one that was released more recently. It's called Explaindio. And Explaindio is kind of like the Swiss Army knife of video creators, because it does like stuff like Video Maker FX does. It also does these kind of sketch drawings like Easy Sketch Pro does. But you can also add like background images or background videos so that it'll sketch over top background videos. things like that. So this was kind of like the all-inclusive software that was released more recently. And again, I purchased this and I never even signed into it to turn it on. I know that some people like it a lot though, because you can see like some of the demo videos here. And again, I don't know what the price is here, but I think it's a very reasonable price. Probably. See what it costs. I'm just curious. $47. Okay, so again, not expensive. I don't think any of these that I'm going to show you are that expensive. Powtoon is actually not like necessarily a traditional like software. It's an online deal. This is pretty cool. I don't know. I forget what their prices are because I got in as a beta tester like when they first launched. So they go by monthly. Looks like they go by monthly. If you buy a yearly plan, it's $20 per month, but you have to pay for the whole year. Or you can pay $59 per month with a monthly plan. So essentially, if you were going to use this, go with the pay annually. You'll save it more than 100%, more than 50%. But Powtoon can come up with some really cool videos. I like the videos that you can create with Powtoon. It just, to me, I spent probably about 3 or 4 hours trying to create videos 2 or 3 years back when they first launched, and it was one of those things. And they're probably a lot better now because I haven't tried in so long. But I spent a lot of time just trying to do one video, and I finally gave up and said, "Screw that! I'm outsourcing it." Okay. But they got some really cool stuff that you can do with Powtoon. I know that. All right. So that's another one. And then we're going to talk about outsourcing all of these in just a moment. Okay. I just want to run through that. This is EasyVSL by Mark Thompson. Mark Thompson puts out some pretty decent products. I bought a lot of his products, and this is EasyVSL. This is the same software that I've been using recently for a lot of our sales letters for semantic mastery stuff, sales videos, I mean, and also for client prospecting. I've been using EasyVSL by sending these videos out to clients. You guys, if you remember in IFTTT SEO Academy Advanced Strategy webinar number 3, I used that for the roofing example of how I set up the, and I go and I contact or prospect clients or lead gen clients with using these type of sales letter videos. Guys, just like the name implies, this is incredibly easy to use. It's out of all the softwares that I just showed you guys, this is my favorite only because it really is very, very simple to use. I mean, it took me like under 10 minutes to learn how to use this, and now I use it to pump out sales letter videos and prospecting videos and stuff very, very quickly. And it's really, really easy to use. And I think, look at this, guys. For an agency license, well, actually, you know what? I don't even have an agency license because all the videos I do with this are my own. So I just got a personal license. It's $47, guys. Now they have upsells too. Mark Thompson is a master at sales funnels. So like, if you get in this funnel, you'll go down a rabbit hole very quickly. It'll be like 6 and 8 upsells. Okay, just keep that in mind. But honestly, I just use the main product for this. And that's it. Like, there's upsells for like different backgrounds and all that stuff, and I've never used any of them. I just use the main product, and that's it. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is great for prospecting and stuff, guys, because you can create these sales letters very quickly that you can send to prospective clients to get their attention. And again, I'm not going to cover how to do that because that was in Advanced Strategy webinar number 3, but very, very powerful. All right. So as far as outsourcing, guys, let's go back to the presentation just for a moment. Outsource it. Okay. So, guys, what I recommend to do with this is, again, instead of, if you're the creative type and you enjoy that kind of thing, then by all means, just choose one. It doesn't have to be any of these. These are just the more popular ones, guys. These are the ones that I've attempted to use and have purchased myself, and that's what I told you guys I would do. In master classes, share all the tools that I've used. So that's why I recommend these. But there are other tools that you can use as well. So just if you want to do that kind of thing, find one, pick it, and use it, and get very proficient at that one tool. And ignore all the rest of them, because shiny object syndrome, guys. I have it too, and that's why I own all of these. But most of the time, I don't end up using any of them. You know what I mean? I do use EasyVSL a lot, but that's the only one that I use regularly. Okay. So instead, you can outsource to other people that have these tools and let them do it for you, right? I mean, you're going to spend a little bit more money, but what is the time savings? Like, you got to consider, what is your time worth, guys? What should your time be worth? All right, and so instead of actually taking the time to learn how to use these, I recommend having somebody else that is already proficient at it do it for you for a few bucks. Okay, so we're going to talk about 2 different sources of outsourcing here. Number 1 is Fiverr. which everybody on this call is familiar with Fiverr, so I don't need to discuss what that is. But if you take a look, the only one that I didn't, let's see, let's go, I think I'm logged into Fiverr already, but yeah, here's a guy that he doesn't, I don't think he even has any reviews yet, but this is a new gig that he put up, and he says, I will make a 30-second Video Maker FX video for $5. Guys, for $5, it's worth a shot. Tell this guy what you want. He'll make you a Video Maker FX video for $5. Okay, so Adam, I'm going to drop this in chat. If you want to paste that on, that's just, I looked for Fiverr. Guys, you can use Fiverr search to find these kind of things. That's all I did. So this is not magic here. I just use Fiverr videos or search to find these. Sketch videos. I didn't actually search Easy Sketch Pro. I searched just sketch videos. You see, I searched sketch video right here. And look, guys, there's all these providers right here that will do sketch videos for you. Okay, and granted, a lot of the times it'll be, you know, you'll pay $5 for 10 seconds or something like that. So if you're doing a 1-minute video, you might pay $50. And there's just go through here and look at all these different examples of these whiteboard sketch videos. Find something that you want to try. I typically will look for you know, reviews. Make sure, you know, sort by high rating, for example, and then go back through here and find them. Like this guy's at top level. Let's see, real estate agents. I will sketch and speed paint your logo. Some of these are just going to be like logos or openers. But a lot of these people that do like the opener videos and stuff like that will do longer videos. You just got to pay them more gigs. Okay, and again, you know, I don't know whether they're using Easy Sketch Pro or they're using something else, but that's just something that you guys can do. I'm not going to paste this link in here, guys, because you guys can go to Fiverr and do search for sketch video. Just make a note of that. All right, Powtoons. Powtoons. Again, I think Powtoons can put out some really cool, engaging videos. Just the learning curve was too much for what I wanted to put into it. But if you search Fiverr for Powtoons, you'll see Powtoon providers right here, guys. See that for $5? I mean, I don't know what the length is, but you know, for probably $20, $30, something like that, you could get a decent Powtoon video made, right? Let somebody else. You saw what the cost of that was. Monthly, it's $59, or yearly, it's $20 per month. So, but you pay yearly, so what? Like $240, right? Instead, just pay somebody $20. Let them do it. You know what I mean? Animated videos. That's another one. One of my partners, Chris, don't worry, I'm not going to reveal the niche, but we're not in semantic mastery, but one of our students that have kind of partnered on something. He actually found an animated videos provider right here on Fiverr, and they've done some videos for us that are amazing. They look really, really good. They're very engaging. We spent like Chris spent like $150 or $170 on one of them. But you're talking about some high-end videos, animated videos, guys, that was, you know, 2.5, 3 minutes long, that was put together very nicely. You can get them much, much shorter, depending on what your needs are. Plus, a lot of these people, we had a custom design made. A lot of these people have templates that you can have customized, which will cost a fraction of that. You know what I mean? So here's some animated videos, guys. These are very engaging. I like these kind of videos. Look, that's a Video Maker FX video right there. Okay? So there's animated videos that are more custom animations. And then there's some that are using like Video Maker FX. I know that because that's like the Meet Frank whatever template. Anyways, so guys, you can search those kind of things. Now, the next part of that, as far as outsourcing, guys, is Odesk. That is my preferred method. Okay, I only showed Fiverr because I know everybody wants to go to Fiverr because it's only $5, and I know a lot of people are scared of Odesk, and I don't know why. I prefer going to Odesk for almost all of my outsourcing, unless I'm hiring full time. I'm hiring full time, then I recruit people from like onlinejobs.ph, things like that. But for any part-time or contract work, I go to Odesk, and I prefer that over anything. And here's why. And by the way, let's just jump into Odesk for a minute. And guys, if you don't have an account on Odesk, get one. Start using it. Okay, I talk about this a lot, but Odesk is a great way to find people that can do amazing things for you. Talent for pennies. I mean, literally for pennies. Okay, you know, that's how I met Dedia. Dedia is my tool manager. He works, you know, he's on my team. He manages GSA and FCS Networker for me. He is a master at those tools, and I met him through here, through Odesk. Anyways, let's just do say animated video. Okay, so this is showing 3,300 freelancers that can do animated videos, guys. If I wanted to, I could start searching by per hour. If I wanted to pay no more than $15 per hour, a lot of the times you'll pay per project. Okay, and that's what I prefer to do instead of by the hour. I like to pay per project for stuff like this. But you can have, they used to have star ratings, and they just recently changed from star ratings now to success ratings. So I would go to 90 or above. I always go for the top tier people. And this just brought it down from 3,300 to 248, but these are all under $15 an hour. Again, when you post a job, a lot of the times these people will reply with a per project price or a per minute of video price. I've got a guy that I can personally recommend, a guy because I haven't been using him a lot recently, but his name is Praveen. Let me see if I'll just pull him up from my team, and I can recommend him. He does a lot of really cool stuff with video, and he's a very, very fair price. Let me, 1 second, let me find him really quickly. No, he wouldn't be in that one. Right here. Praveen BK. I'll put the link in chat because you guys, if you contact him, let him know that I sent you. But he does video stuff. He's very, very good. He's done a lot of video stuff for me in the past. Just recently, I've been so tied up with some other things I haven't had him do a lot, but I do have a project for him now. But he's very, very good. He'll charge like $10 per minute. That's what he quoted me. He may quote you guys for more. I don't know. But I typically pay about $10 per minute of video, depending on what the video is. If it's custom animation, it'll cost more. But if it's like text video, like explainer text and that sort of thing, he'll do like 10 minutes per video or $10 per minute, that kind of stuff. But he does he does 3D artistry and custom animation, all that kind of stuff. So he's very, very good. And again, I've used him for quite a while, so I can vouch for him personally. But my point here, guys, without beating a dead horse, is like, for example, we can go to Video Maker FX, just for an example, because I just showed this in Fiverr. If we click search on that, guys, look, it's going to show 41 freelancers that have Video Maker FX in their profile, okay, which means that they're proficient with that software, and they can do video, like they own the software, and they can do the videos for you. Now, the reason why I suggest going to Odesk over Fiverr is because, remember, the Fiverr gigs, they're generally going to have a lot of other people hitting them up, where these people, you can create more of a personal relationship with them, or professional relationship, I should say. But like with Praveen, for example, you can get like a template set up, right? So like if you're going to be doing a ton of, let's say, roofing videos, we're going to use that as an example. You could have one of these video animators that could set up a custom template for you, for you specifically, so that nobody else has a video like yours, right? And it's going to cost you up front. You might have to spend $150 or $200 to get your custom template set up. But then once the template's set up, you can explain all of this in the hiring process when you're recruiting your outsourcer, your contractor. You could tell them, hey, look, this is what I want to do. I want to set up a custom template, have you design a custom video animated template that's going to be for roofers. However, once it's set up, once the custom template is set up, there's going to be certain sections that will be edited on every subsequent video, which would be the client's information, the customer, the client's logo, the client's the call to action text, which would be like call with the client's phone number, maybe a web address, that sort of thing. So it might cost you $150 up front to get the template set up, but then every subsequent video, it's just a matter of editing a few frames of the video or a few brief little sections of the video, and so your costs come way, way, way down. And now if you have a custom template, now you can charge clients for that if you're doing client work, or if you're doing lead gen work, it's going to cost you up front to get the template done, but now you can mass produce these lead gen videos with custom phone numbers, right, and custom URLs back to the lead gen websites that you've set up. Does that make sense? My point is, guys, that it might cost you $150 or $200 to get the first video done, but every video thereafter might only cost you $20 to edit, because the template is in place, and you've got the same guy or girl for that matter. But my point is that you have a relationship with them. You tell them up front, hey, this is what the plan is. They'll work with you. They'll get you set up, and now you have a solution where you're not going to Fiverr and ordering a gig and getting put at the back of the line. You've got an actual working relationship with somebody, open line of communication. I communicate with all my outsourcers via Skype, and so if I need anything, I just Skype them, chat them on Skype, and I get them, tell them, hey, look, this is what I need, blah, blah, blah. It's done. Very, very quick, very efficient. So that's my preferred method. We got to move on. I just noticed the time. All right, so guys, again, Odesk, I highly recommend that if you guys are going to be doing a lot of video SEO stuff, go to Odesk, create an account, start contacting some video professionals, video editors, video production people, and start start building a team, even if it's just one person to begin with. I'd recommend that highly, much more so over Fiverr. Okay, but Fiverr is also an option. All right. Video creation, or audio, I'm sorry, audio. If you guys, if you're going to be doing custom videos, or if you're going to be making videos yourself, whether you're doing it through software or even if you're hiring an outsourcer to do it, you're going to want audio tracks behind them, okay? And personally, I recommend that you use royalty-free audio, because otherwise, if you're using audio that YouTube will flag as matched third-party content, they will place ads on top of your video, and there's nothing you can do about it. Not only that, but if the third-party matched content shows up and somebody complains about it, which means like if somebody that whoever the owner of the content is complains about it, it's a strike against you, and you only get 3 strikes on YouTube, and they'll shut your account down. They'll terminate your account. So I don't recommend using audio that can be matched as third-party content. So I would always try to purchase audio. Royalty-free audio. So here's a couple of them. I'm just going to run through this very quickly. I'm not going to actually go take a look at the sites, guys, because it's going to take too long and we've got to run. But IgniteTunes.com, I've purchased audio tracks from them. Adam, I'm going to drop these in chat. IgniteTunes.com, it's very, very cheap. It's like $20. You can get a music pack that's got, I don't know, a couple hundred music tracks in there that you can use as background audio. However, keep in mind that some of those will show up as matched third-party content. I've had some of those show up, and sometimes there's nothing you can do. I wouldn't worry about getting a strike against your channel with those, but it's annoying if an ad pops up on the video. You don't want that, okay? So IgniteTunes is one of them. Video blocks, guys, I will show this very quickly because this is another thing that you can go to, which can also give you background videos for your videos and also background images and things like that. Video blocks is like it's like a stock footage library, but it's mainly for videos. So it's got stock videos, motion backgrounds, and also audio and things like that. And if you take a look, if you go to sign up, you'll see it's insane. But if you do a monthly subscription, it's $80 per month, or you can do a year for $99. So I would suggest if you're going to do it, you go for the year for $99 as opposed to 1 month for $80, obviously. But I've got a license to these guys, and it's pretty cool because you can just go in and search audio tracks, and you can also get motion backgrounds and things like that. So this is a really, really cool alternative, video blocks. All right, lastly, we can also, guys, go to JVZoo and actually search the marketplace at JVZoo and find a lot of audio packs that are cheap. Like I just found this today when I was preparing the slides. This is an audio pack that is on the JVZoo marketplace. This is not an affiliate link. This is a direct link from JVZoo. But my point is you can scroll down and take a look at this. It's $9.97. And if you go to just jvzoo.com and you search the marketplace and you look for royalty-free, that's the keyword, royalty-free. That's all you need to do is search royalty-free, and you'll find JVZoo has a bunch of providers that are selling packs of royalty-free images and royalty-free audio tracks and things like that that you can purchase for dirt cheap. Okay, so get some audio tracks, right? All right, we're going to talk about editing existing client videos. Guys, this is my preferred method. If you're dealing with clients that already have videos, then that's typically what I like to do to rank clients' videos. If I'm doing lead gen stuff, obviously I make my own stuff or I have them made. I'll get an outsourcer to make them for me. But if I'm doing client work, I like to approach clients that already have videos, right, for the most part, and then rank their videos, because that way, like a lot of the times clients have already paid to have a video produced, and they're usually pretty decent videos, but they're just not ranking anywhere. They're not providing traffic. And so that's where I step in and say, okay, I can make sure your video is generating traffic. And so I like doing editing existing videos. I do that a lot. So I do a lot of my own video editing. I don't do creating, but I do a lot of video editing, because I'll just take a client's video and then I'll overlay text, like do a call to action overlay on it. I might edit parts of the video in or out, depending on if it's too long, I might speed the playback speed up. that sort of thing. Like there's a lot of video editing stuff that I do on my own, you know, obviously you can outsource that too if you want. But like I don't mind doing video editing. I'm just not good on the creative process. So for editing client videos, guys, there's a couple tools you can use for that. Windows Live Movie Maker, that is free. Let's go ahead and grab this right here. You guys can download that. That was with if you're a Windows person. If you're a Mac person, I can't help you and I can't recommend products because I just don't know anything about Mac. I apologize for that. But Windows Live, you download the suite. It's Windows Movie Studio is free. It's very limited in what you can do with it, though. Just so you know, that's probably why it's free. What I personally use, and I love it, is called Sony Movie Studio 13 Platinum. I will drop this link in chat. I meant to drop that one in chat, too, just a moment. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop all of these in, Adam. You can just drop them in as a block.
Sounds good.
We're almost done, guys, I swear. Sony Movie Studio Platinum 13 or Movie Studio 13 Platinum, whatever. Sony Movie Studio, that's what I call it. Guys, this is what I personally use, and I absolutely love it. It's very, very versatile, and it's only $80. You can buy the Movie Studio Platinum Suite, which I think will cost you about $200, which comes with like SoundForge audio. Like it comes with a bunch of other stuff. I actually bought the suite because I use the audio editor, which is like that's this thing here. What's it called? It's called SoundForge Audio Studio. That's part of the suite, and I do use that a lot because I edit a lot of audio files and things like that too. But you don't need that. I mean, you can edit audio alone in Movie Studio. It doesn't have to be video, okay? And I really, really, really like this program. In fact, I will show this to you. This again, it's not an affiliate link. I should probably get one though because I really do like this software a lot. I'll let this open up and just give you just a peek inside the dashboard. But for the price, guys, it's $80. I mean, you can't go wrong, and it can do practically anything that you would ever need it to do. Very, very powerful software for the price, and I can't say enough good things about it. So obviously it's going to be a resource hog right now, though. All right, let's keep moving while that's loading. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is just the project dashboard here, guys. You know, you can drop in text, video, audio, music. You can have multiple text fields, so you can do overlay. I don't know if any of you guys have done a lot of video editing, but you build things in layers, and then when you render the video, it combines all the different layers, and it's just got a really easy-to-use interface and a ton of stuff that you can do inside of here, guys. It's really cool. So I really like this software. So enough of that. The other ones I'm not going to really go through that much, but I know Adobe Premiere is their version. I don't think they have lifetime pricing anymore. I think it's all gone cloud-based now. And Adobe Premiere, I think, is like $20 per month if you go on an annual contract. I know a lot of people talk very highly about it. I just, like, you know, Photoshop I always thought was way too complicated for me. I don't like that kind of stuff, so I don't use Photoshop, but I know, like, you can get Adobe Premiere Pro for in that suite of tools, and I think you only got to pay like $20 or something per month. I don't know, guys, but again, it's a little bit more complicated than what I ever liked, so I don't mess with it. Lastly, TechSmith. Ken Roberts was asking in Hump Day Hangouts what I use for this kind of stuff. This is Snagit, which is made by TechSmith. Well, everybody here probably is familiar with Camtasia. Camtasia is made by TechSmith as well, and it is their full video editor and all that stuff. It can do a lot of amazing things. I actually have this, but I never really took the time to learn it. I like the Sony Movie Studio better. This costs $300 to purchase, but this is another option. I know that a lot of internet marketers use Camtasia. I found it to be a little bit more difficult. I've just never really spent the time to learn it like I did Movie Studio, so this is just another option.
Yeah, my quick one for this is that it's really easy to do picture-in-picture on this,
Yeah.
and so if you do want to do that, I've found that very easy to do with Camtasia.
Yep. So guys, that's pretty much it. As far as you know, the actual production of the videos for client videos, like I said, what I will do is I'll take client videos and then I'll have I'll create like a call to action overlay, which is just basically, like, for example, with Movie Studio. I guess I already closed it. What I'll do is I'll create I'll use this, which is, and now I'm using Mark Sylvester's logo creator software. But with this, I'll go ahead and create a new file, which is 1280 by 720. That's your typical standard 720p aspect ratio for video, right? 720p is 1280 by 720. And so I'll open that up, and you'll see that right now this is set as transparent background, PNG, right? So this is transparent. So what I'll do is I'll create the call to action overlay with some text, maybe I'll put the client's logo on there or something like that, and then I'll save it as a PNG file, and then in Movie Studio Platinum, I'll take the image file and I'll overlay it on top of the video, okay? And it's got to be the same aspect ratio, right? So it's got to be 1280 by 720 or 640 by 360, something like that. And then that way I can actually add call to action. I can switch it up, like I can put as many call to actions as I want, or text overlays. I can actually animate the overlays using Movie Studio, that sort of thing if I wanted. That's a little bit more advanced. Usually I'll have an editor to do that if I need to. But my point is what I'll do is I'll take a client's video that might not be set up to generate leads and make it a lead generation style video. And that's what I'll do. And I'll usually just charge a small fee to edit that, because really what I'm looking for is the SEO money, right? But I'll charge a small fee for the setup to edit it if I need to. Okay, so that's what I'll do for that. Other than that, if we got a few minutes, I'll answer a few questions if we have them, and then anything that doesn't get answered, guys, we're going to post in the Facebook group, and we'll get to them over the next 48 hours. So what we got, Adam?
Alrighty, let me scroll down here and see who had the first question. Sorry, one sec. Steve is asking, can you show how to use Yahoo Pipes in a future training? I told him I think we'll do that either in a Hump Day Hangout or in the Mastermind. That's a great idea.
Is that Steve Marks?
Yep.
Okay, well, Steve, yeah, we'll cover that in the Mastermind. In fact, we've got Mastermind tomorrow.
All right.
And we can cover that. Just post that in the webinar questions category inside the Mastermind community, please, and I'll cover that in part tomorrow.
All right, and Peter Johns is saying, all your lead gadget site building training uses subdomains with nothing on the root. Do you ever add a site at the domain root? Also, do you always use subdomains, and if yes, why?
Yes, I always use subdomains, and that's not particularly related to this training here, but so that's probably not an appropriate question for this training. I always use subdomains because Google determines subdomains as independent sites. If you get a penalty on a root domain, then it is a site-wide penalty that covers all pages, all posts, all directories, and all subdomains. It's a penalty that will cover the entire domain. However, if you get a penalty on a subdomain, your root domain is unaffected, and other subdomains are unaffected. So I always, always, always build on subdomains. My own sites, my client sites, everything. I have a few older sites that are built on root domains, and for branding purposes, there are times when I will build on, like for example, client sites will be built on a root domain. But what you guys don't know, and what we teach inside of the Mastermind, is that I will take a site and build it on a subdomain site, clone it, install it on a root domain, and then do a 301 redirect from the original site that was built on a subdomain to the root domain, and then do all of my link building to the subdomain site so that I'm not actually pointing any links to the root domain. Everything's being built to the cloned subdomain that's been 301 to the root. That way, all of my link building is still managed and owned by me, and in case the client ever decides to stop paying me, I can remove the 301 redirects. Their site doesn't rank well anymore, but mine does, and I can always redirect to a new client domain if I wanted to. And that's something we cover in the Mastermind. But again, that's not really pertaining to this particular training. So,
all right, here we go. Well, we got one that is. Sergey's asking, can we re-upload the same video via Wirecast and use it with different sets of keywords?
Yes, you can, because Wirecast is going to make the file unique anyways. But I would just do it within reason. If you're going to be using the same video, what I would suggest doing is that you modify the length of the image, the file. Also, if you can add maybe an audio, like a different unique audio track at the end of the video. If it doesn't make sense to do it up front, maybe add like a snippet of audio at the end of each, something like that, just to make the file more unique. If that makes sense.
Yep. Okay, and Scott is asking, any procedures for marrying or combining voice and video, for example, with Easy Sales Video?
With Easy VSL, Easy Video Sales Letter. Yeah, I mean, like here, I've got that open because I did a video earlier, guys. You just add you add the video, you add the slides, the text in the slides, and then you add the audio track, which is a separate audio track, and that's why I like to use the Sony Audio Forge, whatever, the suite. You add the separate audio track, and then you play the audio track, and as the audio track is playing, you check off the slides at the proper timing, and that's it. It's done. That's why I like that. It's so damn easy to use.
Yeah, Scott, and I can speak for Video Maker FX. If you record a video, you can upload or join your own custom audio file, and so you can do the same thing. You can play your slides and then record using whatever your favorite audio program is while you watch it, and so you can speak to the slides and then just upload that, and it becomes part of the video file.
Yeah. And guys, you can hire voiceover. If you don't like your own voice, you can hire Fiverr gigs for voiceovers and get them done very, very cheap. It's usually about 30 seconds of the audio will cost you $5, so a minute will cost you $10. But you can get that done, and then you can superimpose the audio onto the video.
All right, so we got a couple questions here. They're really good, so I'm going to try to get all these answered here in the next couple minutes.
Okay.
Andrea's asking, are you just using animated whiteboard sales letter videos versus real life or pictures, images, and videos? My response was use what's best for the market and what you're doing, but I was interested in what your response to that is.
Yeah, obviously it depends on what you're doing, Andrea. What is best? Just like Adam said, I can't even answer it any better than that. The IM videos that I'm doing for sales letters and stuff, guys. The industry is used to these kind of videos, video sales letters. So I do a lot of it for that. However, these are also really good for prospecting. However, like lead gen videos, animated videos are better, or animated videos or live action videos. That kind of stuff is better for lead gen. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. And the next one's going to be Mike has got a really good one here. Camtasia's only $99 on a Mac. That's a heck of a deal. So if you got a Mac, get it.
Well, if there's ever a reason to buy a Mac, that might. I still don't think it would sway me.
Steve is curious, what do you charge for video creation for clients?
Well, it depends. It completely varies on whatever the client is. I mean, bottom line is, if I'm going to create a video for a client or I won't create it. I'll have it created. I would charge them at the very low end, $297 for a video, but it can go way up from there depending on what they want. But $297 will be my bare minimum.
Gotcha. All right. Last question is Mike again asking, do you have a template for giving instructions to outsourcers?
Yeah, but that's outsourcer training stuff that we put in the mastermind. I mean, we do. I've talked about how to hire people through Odesk, like best practices for hiring contractors through Odesk. And I know we've talked about that on one of the Hump Day Hangouts. So Michael Bose, our new support, he's been a long-time mastermind member, but we brought him on to help out with support. So he's kind of like on staff with us. He's actually organizing frequently asked questions and Hump Day Hangout replays and stuff like that. And so post that in the Facebook group. Who asked that question?
Mike Beek.
Mike Beek. Post that in the Facebook group and tag Michael Bose on it, and we'll throw him under the bus because Michael should be able to locate that. It was in one of the earlier Hump Day Hangouts that we did. I actually went over best practices on how to hire through Odesk, and I'll get the copy of that and post it in the Facebook post.
Okay, and I also, if anyone's interested, tossed it in, but Mike, this is more for you, was the link to everything we do offer. So on our support side, if you're interested in, just the outsourcer training or the mastermind with that, you can see what kind of options there are. So
yeah. Okay,
well, that is it.
Okay, guys, like I said, any residual questions, post them in the Facebook group. We'll get to them in the next 48 hours. Next week, I had on the original schedule live streaming, but I think we touched on that last week. That's why I have it here. If you guys want to go over live streaming a little bit more, just let me know. And by the way, we're going to be sending out a survey probably within the next week, if not the next week, within 2 weeks, to find out what you guys want as far as additional training. I've got other stuff planned for the next several weeks, but I also want to make sure that we're not missing anything. If we've got a large percentage of you guys that say you want something to be recovered or covered more in depth, we want to make sure that we're giving that to you. I have ideas with what I think you guys need to know, but I also want to make sure that you're getting what you need specifically. So we're going to be sending out a survey asking for that. So anyways, if you want some of this posted in the Facebook group, just let us know. Also, the main topic, if we're not going to be doing live streaming stuff, is going to be advanced link building and video ranking. We're going to talk about some other ninja tactics besides just the IFTTT stuff that you can use to rank videos, because I think that's important. Guys, remember, IFTTT networks are not magic bullets either, and sometimes you're going to need additional boost, additional things to rank your videos. It's just the nature of the game, and so we're going to talk about those additional things next week. Okay? So, all right, guys. Thanks everybody for being here. There's no other questions that just came in, Adam. I'm assuming.
Nope, we're good to go.
All right, everybody. Guys, post your questions in the Facebook, and we'll see Mastermind members tomorrow at 4 p.m. And also remember, next week we've got Hump Day Hangout on Wednesday, Masterclass again, and then also the special webinar on Thursday with Outsource Ranking and Index Bear Jacob Hagberg. So, guys, be there for that as well. And we'll see you all next week. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.